Miss Jody, welcome in. How you feeling today? You got your paper ready? I got my paper ready. I promise. Dang it. I don't know why I'm putting these back in here. I'm good. I'm tired. Like always, but I'm good. I went to sleep like at 1 o'clock in the morning last night. And I woke up at like 7 o'clock this morning. Who's all in here? You want to see something that I did, Jody? This isn't necessarily for me to... I don't think I'm going to get into selling these. I'm really doing them for myself right now. But I'm making myself candles. I just realized. So I've been making myself some candles. You guys are probably going to see a lot more today because I finally got a new arm. Y'all know my really good one broke. And I haven't, I didn't get one yet because really money. Those arms are kind of expensive. But I got one. I was able to get one from Vine, of course. And it is high, right? It's all the way up here. And we all the way down here. So you can see, let me see how many inches on my desk we can see. Monica, you remember how we measured it the other day? And it was like 13 inches, I think, that we could see of my workstation. Yes, definitely Liberator. Look at this. I can see a whole 17, almost 18 inches now. You guys can see 18 inches of space. And it is heavy duty. This arm, it's a gooseneck. I normally, like, I hate goosenecks. I really, really do. Because they're normally not strong and sturdy. But this one, you know, normally a gooseneck would be like this thin. But this one is like this thick. I got me some coffee because I need it today. We had a good day out. We went out as a family this morning. I didn't get to walk as much as I wanted to today because kiddo wanted to go play more today. But it's okay. It is okay. He had a blast. All right. So, for those who have been under a rock and haven't been listening to me, it's 3:04, so we about to get started. We're going to be making this journal today. The name of the binding method is ink slinger, something like that. It's a very weird name. Now that we're going through the tutorial, of course, my subscribers, I'm going to give you guys the video that I learned from. It was 49 dragonflies on YouTube. I'll link you the video so you can go watch it if you want to. My Wendy, how you doing? Okay, it is. Let me get my measurements out. Let me get my measuring devices out. It is a 4x6 inches journal. So it's a mini. It's a small one. You can make it bigger if you want. We're just doing it small. That is 10 centimeters by 15 centimeters. So 4x6 inches, 10 by 15 centimeters. I mean, technically, if you want to measure the spine, it's like 1.5 centimeters and a 9/16 of an inch. So it is a... Oh, he's going back to work finally. I have 4 signatures. The one that we're going to make today also has 4 signatures. This is not the traditional binding method where you have the spine and you sew in the signatures to the spine. We sew the signatures together first, each signature. Then we use tabs to bind the signatures with the cover. And what we'll do is we'll slide them under the thread of the sewing that we did to sew the signatures. So I'm just kind of giving you guys a quick rundown of, you know, how things are gonna go before we start. To save a little bit of time here, I've already sewn 2 of my signatures, so I'll be sewing 2 with you. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well. Let me just... It is very, very easy. It does, like, it can be a lot of work, right? Because you're creating a journal. But the actual creation of the journal is what really can be a lot of work. The actual sewing of the signature of this one is very, very simple. I feel like this is so much easier than a traditional sewing journal. All right. So you see, I was prepared. I was very, very, very prepared. First thing first, my covers, okay? This is from a box of a book that I got. I just cut it down to 4x6 or 10 by 15 centimeters, whatever you want to call it. So a front and a back cover, 4x6. Now I did tell y'all to get this ready already too. A5. That's an A5. Wendy, you know, I can't remember that stuff, okay? I have my 4 signatures. They are 5 pages each. Once again, I do have 2 of them already sewn. So you're going to need your thread, whatever. Go ahead and pull out a scrap sheet of paper so that we can do a template, because with this journal, with this binding style, your holes for your journal really needs to be like precise, because we slide this strip of cardstock through the thread. It's very, very important that your holes line up as best as possible. I don't know if you guys can really see it, because I used black on black. I wasn't thinking. So it's no. No, Wendy, it's not sewn in like a normal journal. No. So I gather my paper. Nope, it's not a 3 pamphlet stitch. I mean, maybe you could do a 3 pamphlet stitch if you want to, but we're doing six holes, and we're gonna do a running stitch. But it's so easy. It is so easy, I promise. All right, so we have our papers together, our signature papers together. Get a scrap sheet of paper that is 6 inches long and at least an inch wide. Okay. Then you're going to take, mine is wide because I can. I mean, the width of this paper that you're going to use for your holes does not matter. Okay. But the length does matter. So make sure it's the 6 inches. All right. So then you fold it in half. Long ways, you fold it in half the other way. 6 inches long by at least 1 inch wide. It can really be however wide you want it, but it needs to be at least 6 inches long. Fold it in half one way, fold it in half the other way. Then you're going to take a ruler and we did centimeters on this because that's the person that I learned this from did centimeters. So that's just what I stuck with. If you want to do inches, that's totally fine. You could do an inch. But I'm just going to stay with centimeters because that's how my paper is lined up. So wherever your center is, you see I made a mark on my center. That's my center. I'm going to go ahead and place that on a number. Okay. Mine is placed, lined up with number 9. Right? From there, I'm going to mark a centimeter on each side. So I'm going to make a mark at centimeter number 10 and centimeter number 8. Okay? Then from centimeter number 8, we're going to go to number 6. And then we're going to go to number 4. So it's every 2 centimeters that we're going to make a mark. Okay? And then once again, I have a mark at 10. So we're going to make another mark at 12. And then another one at 14. Yeah, she's, oh my God, where is she from? 49, Wendy, you know who it is. It's, 49 Dragonflies. 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Hensel. You know those two. I am not going to do inches, Monica. If you want to do inches, it's just 1 inch. Right? So, if you turn it over to the inches, put your middle, mark your middle with, hold on, because, let me see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do centimeters. Do centimeters. It's going to be better with centimeters because if you mess up and I'm not doing inches, I'm not going to be able to help you. Yes, the middle is just for measuring. The middle is just measuring. Because it's so I do find, yep, I'll explain it again, Jody. Here's the thing. I do find that when you're working on a smaller scale, centimeters are actually always easier for me. It is easier for me to sit here and be like 6.5 centimeters than 2 5/8 inches, right? Because you're not, the likeliness of you having this ruler, you're probably not going to have it. But most rulers do have inches and centimeters. Okay, so I have a piece of paper. It's 6 inches long. Okay, for the template. This is our template for the holes to sew our paper together. 6 inches long. Your width should be 1 inch or more. Okay, so 6 inches long and however wide you want it. We're gonna fold in half this way. And we're gonna fold in half this way. So we're making 2 folds. Fold in the middle, short side, fold on long side. So then we get this X in the middle. Now, I'm going to take my paper, fold it whatever way I want. Make a mark on the middle, on the short line. Make a mark so you know your middle because it's going to be hard to see it. Okay? Line it up with number 9 on the centimeter side of your ruler. We're going to make a mark at number 8 and number 10. Then we're going to go up and make a mark at 6 centimeters. We're going to go up again and make a mark at 4 centimeters. Then we're going to go make a mark at 12 centimeters and 14. So we should have 6 marks. That's going to be for 6 holes. Let me know when y'all got that. No. Well, yeah, technically the middle is marked, but you're not going to put a hole in the middle. We're only making a hole every 2 centimeters. This is just a guideline. So don't even worry about that one. Technically you have 7 marks, but we're only paying attention to 6. You know what? I think I forgot to tell y'all to get it all. But if I'm telling y'all we sewing, y'all should know you need something to make a hole. So if you didn't get your awl or a pokey tool, go ahead and get you an awl, because that's what we're using. Or what is that thing called? Your crocodile or whatever. Y'all, my baby is so tired. So when I'm punching my holes, I like to grab a styrofoam. Okay. And then you're going to grab your papers and have them lined up however you want it. I've noticed that putting some paper clips here have been helping me. When you put your paper clips on, you want your paper folded, okay? Because when you flatten your paper and when you fold your paper, they do different things. Then you're going to take your template. You're going to have it folded in half. Lines, wherever you put your marks, make sure that's facing up because you need to see them. Also, make sure you know what's the top and the bottom. So make sure you write top on whatever you choose to do, whatever side you choose to be your top. Just put a T or a top or a mark or whatever, because you want to make sure you get all of your holes the same way. Okay, so fold it in. Go ahead and just line it up in there. Now I made my papers a tad bit smaller. But with the measurements that I gave you, yours should be pretty spot on. If it is not, just kind of go ahead and eyeball whatever see. I'll go ahead and eyeball and make sure that these two that are running off the ends are pretty even. I've done this before, no problems, so I'm doing it again. But yours, with the measurements that I gave you, yours should be pretty spot on. And then you're gonna come in here with your pokey tool, leave your paper folded, okay? Kind of hold your hand in here. Leave your paper folded. Try to leave this folded as much as you can, because once again, once you open them up, Monica, I am not doing that. If I get off on a regular size journal right now, I'm never gonna get through with this one. Can you make a what? 10 by 15? Wendy, what you trying to make it for 10 by 15? Monica, if you have questions, text me. So then, right, try to keep it as folded as you can. And you're going to come in here, and all of those dashes, dots that you make, you're going to go ahead and poke your holes right in those dashes. Don't poke your hole in the middle one, okay? It's every 2 centimeters. 6 holes, not 7. Keep your paper clips on. Keep them folded up as best as you can. The white paper, can I make a... Okay, but what's that P word, Wendy? Are you asking for a pamphlet? Now, if you're like me and you use different size papers, you can worry about where the holes end up if you want. I really don't. I kind of know already though by looking at this. That all of my holes should, or most of them should, be on that little paper, on the smaller sheet. And then once again, come in with the same template, right? You were so sorry, Wendy, I don't understand that word. Same template, okay? Same template. We're not making a different template for every signature, because once again, we want to make sure our holes are in the exact same spot. Sorry, my head is in the way. And once again, I'm just poking those same holes in the same spot. So once again, I've already done 2. But you should be working on the 4. So let me know when you guys are done with them. And then we'll move on. Let me put my stuff away. You can put your all away when you're done, because we won't need it again. Once you have all 4 holes, all 4 signatures with holes, you don't need it again. Okay, Wendy. Am I hearing myself right now? I think I am. I think my I think I hear my iPad. I think my iPad volume is up. And while we're waiting on y'all to finish that, I'm gonna just go ahead and flip through my little bookie book. I'm so ecstatic over this little book. This one here, honestly, I just kind of threw it together. I just grabbed paper that I have off of my desk that's been sitting here forever and ever. I did a little bit of sewing to it, but I feel like these days my throw together books just come out so much better than whenever I actually like plan them all out and stress over them and all of that stuff. I really am feeling my little artsy fartsy true, kind of junk journal books these days. Welcome back in, Jody. Jody, let me know when you finish punching your holes. Monica, let me know when you're finished punching your holes. So with this page, you can see we have some little micro holes. These are actually needle holes. No, it's not in the middle. I'll show you. I was sewing and my bobbin ran out of thread, so I just left the holes there because I thought it looked cool. Okay, let me pull this out. Right, so this is my template, right? Do not poke the middle. Only poke the 6 dashes that we dashed. No, we're not putting no hole in the... So, I mean, yes, it's in the middle of the paper because we have it folded, right? So you line up your template with your paper, and we're poking those 2 inches. Those 2 centimeter marks. No center hole at all. If you do, look, if you do happen to poke a center hole, it is, technically it's okay. Just make sure you don't use that to sew anything in. Just skip the hole if you poked it in. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna get my my thread. A needle. I am I'm going to be using a curved needle. If you don't have a curved needle, that's totally okay. I did find that doing this project, a curved needle is really nice. Oh gosh. When do you fall asleep? It's late for you anyway, isn't it? Let me see. Oh, jeez. Is Monica still in here? Or did she give up? Monica, you still in here? Dang it. Because if I'm waiting on you and you hop out and you don't tell me, I'm just waiting for nothing. Unless you accidentally hopped out or whatever. Did the clock go back for us too? No, that's next week. It goes back for us next week. Okay, Monica must have left. Whether it was willingly or unwillingly, whether she got a call or whatever, she left. Jody, where you at? It's 3:30. I don't see her in here. It's only showing me that I have 2 people in here right now, I think. Okay. No, I mean, I'll wait. I just want to make sure you're in here. I have no problem waiting. I just want to make sure you're in here. I just couldn't see you. It's not showing me who's all in here on my iPad right now. It's annoying me. All right. Okay. So, I'm going to explain. You can't type right. It's okay. Oh, TT is annoying. I'm going to explain what I'm going to do before I do it. Okay? Because I only have two signatures to show you with. Right? This is the top of my paper. This is the bottom. We're going to start at the bottom hole. We're going to go in the bottom hole. So we're starting like inside of the signature. So we're going to bring our thread in. Then we're going to come in up to the second one. Okay. So then our string is going to be in here. Then we're going to go in again through this one. Back up this one. in this one. And then your string is going to be out this way. Okay? So we're going to start with bringing our string through this way, right? Through here. And we're ending with our string coming through here, through the top hole. And it's like a zigzag. I'm going to say a zigzag for lack of a better term, through the other ones. So the first go around, you're only going to see the thread on the inside on this hole, through these two holes, and these two holes. Okay, so let me say it again, right? I got my thread on my needle. I brought my thread in through this hole. Then we're going to put it through here. And we're going to pull the string in. Then we're going to the next hole. Okay, so the string is going to be here. Then we're going to loop it into this hole. Then we're going to loop it through this hole. And then we're going to loop it through this hole. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's like a running stitch, okay? It's a running stitch. My thread, I didn't cut my thread. If you want to cut your thread, I would say cut it 3 lengths of what the journal is, of what your signatures are, and that should give you enough thread to do everything. But I'm working with I'm using embroidery thread, so it's a nice thick one. For this, if you're going to use, for this one, I suggest you do use a thicker thread or a cord. If you do use regular thread, I mean, you could double it up, but I feel like that would just make things a little bit more complicated. Because we have to get paper through those, I don't know how well that will work. So to start off, once again, we're going in and out. In, out, in, out, in, out. Okay, so I went ahead, needle, thread, put it in that bottom hole, and that's where we're going. Okay, so then I bring it to the outside of my signature, put that needle through there. Why a curved needle? It just seems easier to me. So in, out, in. It just seems easier. You can use a regular needle if you want, a straight needle. This one just seems easier to me. And the part that seems easier is not this part, okay? So what's gonna happen is we're gonna go back through these holes again. We're going back through these holes, right? So I just, when you're going through the hole to try not to split the thread, it is so much easier when you have a curved needle, from what I find. Now, I'm just going to play with my string a little bit because I kind of know my measurements of how much string I need or want, and I don't want to have too much excess. Okay. All right. So you see? So this is what it looks like on the outside. And I'm going to do that so you can see it. I can hear myself from my iPad. That's annoying. Okay. And then on the inside. string goes in at the bottom hole and it should be out on the top hole. Everybody got that part? Oh gosh, that's annoying, Wendy. I don't like hearing myself one time. That's fine. That's fine, Jody. I know it's going to take y'all a little bit longer to do it. Once you do it the first time and you have the like the stitch, you know, like of exactly where to go, it does get easier. Coming back in through these, so once we're going to be going so once you have it this way, we're not done. Okay, this is not done, so don't tie off anything or anything like that. We're not done. We're taking this needle and we're going to run it back. Okay, so we're going to go in this hole from where our string is coming out of. We're going to go in. It's going to be pulled out here. Then we're going to go in here. It's going to be pulled from here. Then we're going to go in there. It's going to be pulled out here. In. And then we're going to pull it out. And then we're going to tie it off. Yep, we have time because we didn't do any decorating. That's why I ask you guys to get your stuff ready ahead of time, because you know this is really teaching you how to do the binding method, right? That's what this tutorial is for the binding method, not the decorating or anything like that. Strictly the binding method. So we're gonna take the time that if we need 2 hours to bind this journal, well, I mean, technically we're gonna take the 2 hours to bind the journal. Okay, so I'm going to start going back in, okay? So once again, my thread is coming out from the top. So we're going through there again. Right? So you see my needle where we are? This is what it should look like on the outside. Now this is where the curved needle kind of comes in handy, because you can kind of maneuver it a little bit better to make sure you don't split that thread. You really don't want to split your thread. I mean, if it happens, all right, you know, whatever, but try not to split the thread as best as you can. See, this is what it looks like on the inside. So thread coming from the top, going through the second one. Okay, so now we're out here. So you see we have these missing gaps. We're filling in these gaps now. Okay, so go to the next hole. I like to kind of pull my thread a little bit out of the way if I can. Come through there. You see how that is? You see? This is what we started with. Remember this well, this one here wasn't there. So that's what we're doing. Once again, try to pull my thread a little bit out of the way so I don't split it. Pull that through. Okay, see? And then come on through that last hole. Yeah, don't poke your fingers. Boom. And just pull that through. Okay. Kind of pull it nice and tight. Now that I have that all done, I'll go ahead and take my needle off, put it away. And once, so this is what it looks like before I tie it off. And we do still have this one open, but it's okay. We're going to tie this and this together, so it's going to be totally fine. So you have all of the stitches together on the inside, and you have all of the stitches together on the outside. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 holes, but 5 stitches. When you're tying, you do want to give it a nice little tug, but you don't want to tie it overly tight, because remember, we do have to slide in a piece of paper through those stitches. So we're just gonna do a tie. We're just gonna make a knot. I'll make a couple of knots. Just do a little one like that, and then I'll kind of come in and do a double knot and cut my excess off. When I'm tying a knot like this, I'll use some tweezers. It just kind of helps it along. So, yeah, sometimes our knots be playing with our emotions. Mine does sometimes anyway. They just don't want to knot where you want it to knot. And there you go. So this is what I call a running stitch. I don't know if this is a running stitch or not. I have no idea. But that's what I call it. Because we just run it on through. I didn't even show you guys my papers, huh? So these are all my watercolor papers that I painted on. And I just had them sitting here. I was like, you know what? Let's have fun. Let's make a fun journal. Okay. What did you say about sticking paper? What did you say about sticking paper under the stitch? I don't know, Wendy. What did I say? Oh, I know what you're talking about. I get it now. So let me see. So these are my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I had 6 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. These are the stitches. This is cardstock. This cardstock runs under these stitches. Damn it. I shouldn't have tied it off. You see? Cardstock under the stitches. All right, Jody. What part are you at? What part you at, lady? So I'm gonna have to kind of talk you through this one, so I can start the other one. Once you guys get at least one of these done, then I'll start my other one, because I want to make sure y'all got it first. So the string came out this way, right? This is the top of the signature. This is the bottom. After you go the first time, your string is sticking up from the top. So you just come back down and do the same thing. So from here, you go into the second hole. Then you go into the third hole. Then you go into the fourth hole. Then you come through the fifth hole. And then that's it. Let me know if that helped, Jody. Paper. Yes. So it is, so at the end of it, thread down already. What you mean? So yeah, so the binding of this comes from the thread in the signatures plus 3 strips of cardstock. So you've already done the threading down. Yours on the inside looks exactly like this. This is a fairly cool binding method. Okay, so you stop on the inside, right? You don't go through that 6th hole again. So when you're coming down, you only go through 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you come, so this is the bottom, you come up through here. So then you have your piece of string here and your piece of string there. So you just tie those two together. Yeah, if y'all have an issue with this one, it's so I when I tell you I love doing this, I really do. Yeah. So all of these, once you thread up and then thread down, all of them are gonna have the thread there, except for this one until you tie it together. So us tying it together creates that final loop. But yeah, we can do one of these again for sure, because I honestly, I really do love doing this. Like this journal method, it's so easy in my head. Although I think Monica, the next one that I do like this, it's probably gonna be a big one. Because I do want to do a full size one of this to see how well it holds up. If you guys are interested, actually, maybe that'll be our craft and chat for next month. It's okay, Wendy. You know, people have lives, people have families, people have work, people have other hobbies and crafts and other friends. You're doing a full... Monica, look. Monica. Oh my god. Yeah. Yep, I just put a knot at the bottom. When you're knotting it, don't tie it too tight. You do want a little bit of slack in here. You do want a little bit of slack. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the next one, okay? Wendy, do you have a curved needle? Wendy, thank you for helping. Hold on, let me get up and look at my phone. Hold on, let me get up and look at my phone. Hold on, let me get up and look at my phone. You think 10 or so? Okay. Jody, do you have curved needles? Because I know I have more. So if you don't have one, let me know and I'll send you one. Alright. So my other signature. This is my bottom. This is my top. We're going to take our needle and start from the bottom. We're going to go in. Jody has a curved needle. Perfect. Tomorrow you paint in the attic. Fun. And then we're going to go out. And then we're going to go in. Out. In. Out. And once again, I'm just pulling my thread a little bit further back because I have more than what I need. Okay. So when you thread up, this is what it looks like on the inside. You're going to have the string coming in at the bottom, going out at the top, and then you're going to have 2 dashes in the center. Okay, Wendy. And if you look on the outside, you have 3 dashes on the outside. And this is just with the stitch going up. Okay. So then we're going to come back down. We're not skipping any holes. We're going through every single hole again except for the very last one. So the top hole, our string is out. Take our string and the next bottom hole, well, the hole before it, and we're going out. Then we're going to take it again and we're going to go in. Trying not to split that thread. Okay, so you see it closed in that gap. Coming in again, going into the next hole. Once again, we're going to close in that gap. And then we're going to go through the final one. And that's where we stop. So there we are, Jody, right? So we did the sewing from the top and the bottom. So I have 2 strings. One there and then one here. Yes. We go through, we thread at the top first and then we come back down and thread to the bottom. I'm not going to tie this one off yet, just in case you need me to run through it again. I can, I mean, it's nothing for me to string this out again. And then, you know, we go through it again if you need me to. Let me know if y'all need me to do it again. Oh my God. Jody. Oh my gosh. Nope. Start from the bottom, in, work your, zigzag your way up. Right when I say zigzag, we're doing this. In, out, in, out, in, out. Then come back in, and we're going to zigzag back. In, out, and that's it. Wendy. Wendy, you funny, huh? We're going in and out, up and down, left and right. Mm-hmm. And you got to do that to all 4 signatures. Okay? You got to do it to all 4 signatures. Check in. Monica, how many signatures have you sewn? Jody? Jody, how many? You've done 1 signature. You need to know how to tie it. Okay. Does yours look like this? You got your 2 strings? You could do 1 knot or 2. I tend to do like 2 knots. One is out and one, okay, 1 should be out and in. Okay, so this is the bottom. Let me zoom in a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Sometimes too much view is too much view. Let me zoom in a little bit. Hold on, y'all. My kid's not sleeping yet, and I gotta be careful with him because I think his dad is sleeping right now. What's he doing? He knows I'm looking at him. Hold on. Baby, what you doing? Why you not sleeping? Alright. Sorry, ladies. Okay. No, he's tired. He's so tired. Poor thing. You think you get it now? No, 1 is out and 1. Monica, you got it? You got it now? You with me? You done one signature not correct. We got time. You can correct it. I don't know why I'm craving fried chicken right now. And you just tie them together. We just tie them together. You could put one knot, you could put two knots, you could double knot. Just make sure it's a good sturdy knot. That's the only, make sure it's a nice sturdy knot. You think it's okay. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this one out and I'm going to do this again, Jody. Because, I mean, I still have to wait for you anyway. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to take it out and we're going to do it again. I wish I had a brighter string. Honestly, if I would have had a brighter string, I would have used it. But this is like the brightest one that I have. I know I need to get me some embroidery thread. All different colors. All right. Let me get my needle back out. All right. Let me get my piece here. Dang it. Son of a gun. Hold on. Let me get better scissors. Because threading your needle, it matters. Whew. All right. Needle threaded. All right. We ready? We ready? Top of my signature, bottom of my signature. You know what? Let me go ahead and take a, where's my pencil? Where's the pencil? Why can I never find a pencil when I need one? My word. I'd lose my head if it weren't connected to my brain. Well, my body. Y'all know what I meant. Why can I not find a pencil? What's happening? What's happening? I can't find a pencil. Whatever. Top of my signature. Bottom of the signature. We're going to start with the bottom hole. And we're going to go in and out, in and out, in and out. We're going to end up at the top hole. And then we're going to sew back down, in and out, in and out, in and out. So. Okay. Open the signature. Grab your needle. Go. We're gonna hit the next hole up. Maybe. If I could get it in there. There we go. Okay. So now we're gonna go flip back to the inside again. So that's the thing. You're gonna be flipping from inside and out with this one, right? So take that needle back to the outside. Next hole, we're back to the inside. Hey, Miss Sarah, how are you? Going in again. We're on the outside. Then we're at the very top hole. So, Once you get to the top, this is what it looks like. The bottom string going into the signature, the top string coming out. You'll have 2 dashes on the inside, but once again, we're not done. Okay, we're not done. We have to bring the string back down. Okay, and then on the outside, you have the 3 dashes. So once you bring that string up, the next step that we're going to do is to fill in the dashes, because we want a straight line on this signature. So we'll go ahead with our needle again. We're on the inside of our signature. Our thread is coming out. So we're going to take our thread and we're just going to go right on through again, hitting every single hole. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, I split my stitch maybe? What did I do here? Shit. No. Okay, there we go. I got it. Woof. Okay. So you see, we'll fill them in. Filled in. I hope you have safe travels. So when you're done, everything on that's looking at the inside of your signature, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 dashes. The next step is to tie this one, this piece of your thread, and this piece of your thread together to make that 5th dash. We got it? All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and tie. Wait, first, do we have it? Jody, Monica? Before I tie it off. Okay, no, not that you're done, but do you understand the sewing method? You know, I talk with my hands, my goodness. Really talk with my hands. Okay. Perfect. See, so I'm just going to go ahead and tie off. I'm just doing a regular knot, and then I'll do a double knot. Oh no, that's too much. That's what I get for not trimming my string, but it's okay. I'll show you guys how to fix it. So what happened was, remember how I told you our knots never want to knot properly? That's what happens. Leaving some slack in this is fine, but that's way too much. So I need to fix it. Let me see. Can I unknot this? Let me see if I can unknot it first. Y'all got time to do your signatures. Now you know, I could probably just cut this off and re-sew and have it done faster than taking out this damn knot, but I'm not doing that. I don't want to re-sew this again. I got it. We got it. Tweezers for the win. Tweezers, the most underrated craft supply that we have, I promise you. Let me keep it though. All right. Oh gosh. This is why it's important when you're knotting to try to keep pressure there and only use one side. There we go. Okay, so I just did that simple little knot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab both of the strings and do this knot. What is this knot called? I should probably get better at our knots, the knots that we use. And if you like keep your hand, if you like your finger down on this lower part of the string, you can get that knot nice and close. I actually learned that with bracelet making, and then I just trim. I really need to get rid of these scissors. They're awful. All right. So now you should have 4 signatures that are sewn. Only your signatures are going to be sewn. I'm trying to get it because I have it zoomed in so you guys can really see. And hopefully they're lined up fairly well. I think mine might be a little bit off, the one that I just did maybe, from sewing so many times, but it's okay. All right, let me know when y'all signatures are sewn. I'm gonna zoom out. All right, let me know when y'all signatures are sewn. I'm gonna zoom out. All right, let me know when y'all signatures are sewn. I'm gonna zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. I'm back. I'm gonna turn on my fan for a minute. I'm kind of hot. Alrighty. I know y'all probably still working on that. It's okay. I'm gonna move on a little bit. We're gonna move on just a little bit. Okay. Now I have a strip of cardstock. Honestly, it's the same cardstock I used for the other one because that's what I have on my desk. You're gonna want this to be the same width. Okay, you're gonna want this to be the same width as one stitch. So remember, we made those 2 centimeter marks. Okay, we made 2 centimeter marks on our template. So our cardstock needs to be cut down to at least 2 centimeters. I would suggest maybe a sliver smaller, which I think this is actually a good bit smaller. Yeah, this is a good bit smaller. I'm gonna go with it because I'm fine. But if you made your stitches an inch apart, you're gonna want your pieces of cardstock to be an inch wide or a sliver smaller. And the reason I say a sliver smaller is because we're gonna take this, okay? We're gonna take this and we are going to slide it under those stitches, okay? So if you have it too big, it's not gonna go under there. If you have it kind of just the right length, if you have it just the right width, a little tip, go ahead and diagonal the top of it so that you have a smaller starting point to get under there a little bit. Okay, so 2 centimeters wide and I think it was 15 centimeters. Hold on. 2 centimeters wide, 3.5 centimeters long, 4 centimeters long. Hold on. I think I messed that measurement up. 2 centimeters wide and where's my... Okay. 2 centimeters wide, 9 centimeters long. There we go. 2 centimeters wide, 9 centimeters long. So let me just go ahead and chop this. If you want to be a little bit more on the careful side, you can cut them down longer if you want. Right? That's technically your preference. Kind of totally up to you. I already know that it's easier to cut the tip at an angle to slide them through. It doesn't need to be drastic. It can just, you know, it could be small like that. So once again, 3 strips, 2 centimeters wide, 9 centimeters long. If you want inches, 1 inch thick, 3 to 4 inches long. Monica, that would probably be you. So then once again, we're going to take these. Let me get all my stuff out of the way. And we're going to slip them under the first set of stitches on our signature, the third, and then the fifth. First stitch, well, top stitch, middle stitch, last stitch of the signature. We haven't even talked about a cover yet. Don't even worry about the cover, okay? Talking about the stitches, the signature. So let's go in here again. Top of my stitch, top of my signature, bottom of my signature. We're gonna take these 3 strips of cardstock and we're gonna run them through. Run them under the top stitch. We're gonna take another strip, run it under the middle stitch. We're gonna take the third strip, run it under the third stitch. Well, the last stitch, right? So, see, I'm holding all of them in my hand at one time and just running them under those signatures. Well, the stitches, my goodness. Stitches, signature, y'all get it. Yes, this is cardstock. If you want to use, you could probably use fabric. I don't know if fabric would, I don't know how difficult it would be to get under there. But I'm using cardstock, and I would recommend using, use a little bit of a heavier premium type cardstock. Okay, so you see, I got my strip under the top stitch. We're going down to the third stitch. So this is stitch 1 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have our cardstock there. So we're going to do the same thing under. Do you guys look? And then we're going to take our third strip. And if I need to do this again, I will do it again. It ain't nothing to take them out and put them back in. But that's what we're looking at. Now, do you see why it's so important to have those stitches? As precise as possible. Let me know if I need to do it again. If you don't understand something, I'll explain it again if I need to. You think you got it? Yeah, I knew the actual stitching of the signatures would be more complicated than anything else. That's why I went ahead and started with that, because everything else is just a piece of cake. Baby, get in that bed. So, signature 1, signature 2, signature 3, signature 4. Strip 1 through the first stitch. Strip 2 through the third stitch. Strip 3 through the fifth stitch on all 4 signatures. Monica, where you at, Monica? Monica. Monica. You're cutting your strips? Okay. Also, technically, if you wanted to do a strip on every single stitch, you could. If you only wanted to do the top and the bottom, you could. If you only wanted to do the second stitch and the fourth stitch, you could, right? You could totally do that if you wanted to. But, you know, talking longevity and giving everything strength and holding everything together over an extended period of time, at least 3 strips is beneficial. Also, technically, if you just wanted to stop here, you don't even have to put a cover, like a hard cover. If you just wanted to call it finished once we do the gluing, you can do that as well. You'd have just, you know, a little, you just wouldn't have a cover technically, I guess. You wouldn't have a hard cover, it would just be a paper cover. Alright, so while we're waiting, I'm going to talk you through what we're going to do, okay? Let me talk you through what we're going to do. I have covers, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my covers like this, okay? Just try to line things up as best as you can, all right? I did not put a closure on here. I know who I know y'all ladies, we've been together for a long time. I know y'all know how to do a cover, you know how to do the closure that you like, all of that stuff. Once again, this is strictly how to do this binding method, okay? So get everything as lined up as best as you can, right? And what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and have it lined up and we're going to flip this over, all right? I'm flipping it over so that you can see the strips. Now make sure make sure that your cover is, you know, the top, the bottom, the way you want it to be, okay? We're going to fold these strips over the front and the back cover to give the crease. Then we're going to unfold it, and then we are going to put glue only on the piece of the strip that we see, okay? We're not gluing the strip to the signature. We are not gluing this strip to the signature or to the stitches. We are only gluing the strip to the cover. We're only gluing the strip to the cover. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're back. We're back. Y'all, the puzzle got me. The puzzle got me. We gotta wait for Miss Monica to come back in. Monica, Jody. You're here? Okay. All right. Monica, do your signatures look like this? Okay. Let me know if you need me to let me know if you need to see me put them in again. You're good? Okay. Oh, that's weird, Jody. That's crazy. You know TT. TT be messing with us. You're good. Esmeralda, thank you for the follow. What? Yeah, they going crazy. They going cray cray. That's probably just a glitch, honestly. Probably just a glitch. Alright, you're with me? Jody, are you with me? I'm scrolling while I wait. Alright. Let's go. Okay, so then you're going to take your covers that you should have already had cut out. And you're going to place them on the front and the back, wherever you want them. Make sure your tops and bottoms are matching up. Welcome back in, Sarah. Thank you for the follow. Someone just followed me. It went by real fast. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so I added my cover. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on its spine. Technically, it doesn't have a spine, like a traditional type spine, but that's okay. Okay, for all intents purposes right now, it's laying on its spine, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab me a clamp, and I'm going to clamp down on the mouth part only to hold everything together. Okay, now, so front cover, back cover, signature, strips. Try to line them up. Mine, y'all clearly see mine are uneven, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim mine. I just messed them up again. Now, I'm gonna trim mine, okay? But when I trim it, I'm gonna try to not trim off too much. I want at least about an inch hanging off from each side. Inch, 3/4 of an inch. Because we're only going to be gluing this to the front and the back cover. Okay? Our strip, we are going to use glue on our strip. The only spaces that we're going to be using glue are on the white spaces that we see. We are not gluing this strip to the signatures. We are not gluing this strip to the stitches. We are only gluing it to the front and back cover. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim mine to be at least 3/4 of an inch to an inch off of every other of each side. If they're not totally the same length, it's okay. And in my head, it's okay. If you want to be a little bit more precise, that's totally up to you. You do you. I'll do me. Okay. So now that everything's trimmed to the size that I want, everything's kind of placed the way I want it. I want my spine to be about 1/2 inch thick. And let's go, okay? 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeters. Okay? And then once I'm going to give it a little bit of a squeeze to get the thickness that I want. And then I'm going to take this strip and I'm going to fold it over to create a crease. Okay? And then once again, I'm going to go here, you know, have to hold it properly in this in the right area to get it to where it's that same width. And then you're going to fold your strips over. And go to the bottom one, and we're going to fold that strip over. Now, if you wanted to score your strips before doing this, you could have, right? You could have had your 3-inch strip or your 9 centimeter strip, and then you could have scored a 1/2 inch in the middle. And that probably would have been a little bit easier, but once again, y'all know I'm not pulling out that 12 by 12 scoreboard for this. This is not happening. This is good enough for me. Do you guys have your papers folded? They're gonna pop up. That's okay. It's okay. We just need that line folded. Mine is moving on me. Jody, Monica, where we at? I wanna take you there. Okay, so then when you're ready, you're gonna get your glue. Perfect. When you're ready, you're gonna get your glue, and we are only gluing our strips on the white bits that we can see. If yours is double-sided paper, sorry. But we're gluing from the edge of the cover down, from the edge of the cover down, from the edge of the cover down. Monica, and I'm gonna do it from side to side. Okay, so I'm gonna do the front cover first, and then I'll do the back cover. Put a good amount of glue down. I am using my TSS art glue. It works perfectly. And then you just fold it, fold it, fold it, and y'all know I'm gonna bring out Chuck. Chuck makes it stuck. This is very smooth cardboard, so I might have a little bit of a problem with it sticking, but Chuck's gonna help it. Let me take this off. I let Chuck do his job for a minute or two. If you do have a really slick cover, I suggest you score it or you file your cover down a little bit where the strips are going to be glued down to. Anytime you're gluing something to a smooth surface, you may want to sand it or score it a little bit so that the glue has something to stick to. I should have done that to this one, but I didn't feel like it. I'll show you on the other side though. That's totally fine. Whoa, boy. Chuck got stuck to some glue, that's all. Alright, so now I gotta put my stuff back together. Okay. Alright, so my one side is glued down. right? Front cover is glued down. Make sure everything is lined up once again. I'm going to go ahead and use my handy dandy clip. It's not hard at all. It really is. It is so easy. This is so much easier than doing a traditional sewing of a journal. This is so, in my head, this is so much easier. Okay, so go ahead again. I'm just, you know, getting my creases where I know I want them to be. Monica, where you at? Before I start gluing this down, in case I need to. In case, you know, I need to not glue it down yet. Okay, perfect. Okay, so when I say scoring, okay, flat surface glue often doesn't go together. So what I would do, I know where my strip is gonna go, so I would just make some marks here. And this will just help the glue bond to that cover a little bit better. That's it. Or if you have a sander or a file, you could use that as well. So here we go. We're gluing the back down. Oh gosh. I do recommend, okay, so if you're keeping this for yourself, have fun, do what you do, use whatever you want to use. But if you're gonna sell these, okay, use a good glue, use a good quality glue that you know is gonna hold up. Do your best to make sure that this is gonna hold up over time. Because this is the type of binding that it is, that's why I said use a heavy cardstock. Over time, opening and closing a book like this, it could cause that that cardstock to kind of peel away and things like that. So you want to use, you know, good quality things if you're going to sell this. Keep that in mind. Now I'm just gonna once again let Chuck do his job. I'm just gonna get close to you. Monica, how difficult was it? I'm feeling this way. Oh gosh. A 4 with difficult? be a little bit hard. 10 being the most difficult, right? 10 being the most difficult, you give it a 4. Jody, Miss Jody, what you think? Wendy said a 3. Ow. Oh. Thank you, Sonia, for the gift. Yeah, no. Once you know this, you know it. A 3? You'll give it a Wendy said. So when I first saw the tutorial of it, I was like, okay, you know, it seems a little bit complicated. But then once I saw the tutorial again, I was like, yeah, no, that's gonna be so easy. I was like, it's gonna be so easy. And then I did it, and this was the first one. Okay, this was the first one I ever did. And I did this one after watching the tutorial like twice. And then as I was doing it, I did have it play back once for the signature part of sewing in the signature. Alright, I think mine is probably set. My glue is probably set. There we go. I got some glue seepage. That's okay. This will probably be my own journal. And then that's it. And it's actually fairly sturdy. Like it doesn't feel, well, mine feels a little bit more loose because I did cut my strips a little bit, probably a little bit too thin, to be honest with you, but I was okay with that. If you want a nice snug fit, definitely cut your strips pretty precisely with the measurement of your stitches. That's gonna help give that really nice snug fit. But there we go. There's my little watercolor junk journal. It's the Inkliner binding method. Oh, thank you for subscribing again, Sonia. I think it was Sonia. Was it Sonia? Who was it? Somebody subscribed. Thank you. And there's the signature center. All right, you can see, the cool thing too is because, oh, maybe I can't see it through here. So you can, you can actually kind of move the signatures because they're not glued to that paper. Ashley, how dare you be late? So if you kind of pull your signatures apart, you can see the strips. How you doing today, Ashley? to subscribe to TikTok. Thank you for the gift. You're subscribed on Coffee, so that gives you access. I'm good. I'm tired. I woke up too early, went to sleep too late, but I'm good. It only took us 2 hours to do this. Only 2 hours to sew in some paper. So with this journal, you can see it's a little bit more decorated. You did 3 boxes of jewelry. Wendy. This journal is a little bit more decorated. So with this one, I took out my paper, picked my paper, whatever. I did some sewing with my sewing machine on some of the sheets of paper. Then I sewed in my signatures. Okay, I put them off to the side. This is a Pop-Tart box. I put some textured gesso on top of it. And then I did some white acrylic paint. I'll let that dry. Then I got my strips, glued that to the inside of my covers. Then I got my fabric, glued that to the inside of the cover. I sewed around the cover. Then I put in my strips. Just to kind of give you a walkthrough of, you know, if you want it more decorated when you do this, you would want to do a lot of, you know, like, especially with the cover, the decorating beforehand. Wendy says she did 3 boxes of jewelry. I cannot with Wendy. And once again, all of these papers were papers that are just sitting on my desk. I have like a stack of random papers sitting on my desk. Cut-offs from all kinds of things. This is one of my jelly pulls. This is a print of a jelly pull. This is embossed, textured embossing paper that I have. Also print of a jelly. This is a jelly paper here. One of my masterboard cut-offs. You're very welcome, Jody. Thank you for being here. I'm glad it wasn't too difficult for y'all. I'm glad it wasn't too difficult. And of course, I will have the videos up as soon as I can. I still need to put up the other video to the last one. Yeah, I do. I need to put that up. My phone has been acting all kinds of crazy. Mar paper. What Mar paper do you have, Monica? Yep. Post videos. I would love to see your little journals. Yes, you're going to have to watch the replay. I do want to do a big one. I do want to do a bigger one like this. And we were talking earlier about possibly doing it on Telegram so that everybody can join in while we do it and talk through it. So if, look, I'll be real what it is. the ones of you who do join the lives and do participate with me, if you're okay with me doing another one for our craft and chat, which I mean, I don't normally do much for our craft and chats anyway, but I could do this for our craft and chat again. Absolutely. That sounds good. This one is going to be in 2 parts because I got disconnected at 1.5 hours. So it's going to be a 2-part video on YouTube. Ooby Tooby. Alright, sounds good. I don't know the schedule for November yet. I will not be doing any. I won't be doing any scheduled lives in December. Okay? So for subscribers, there's not going to be any subscriber lives in December. I'm going to take some time off. I will still do the Happy Mail. I'm still going to do the giveaway. I'm still going to do all of the other things. I'm just not going to do any scheduled lives. Now, is that to say that we won't go live for just the fun of it? I probably will. But it won't be, it won't be so scheduled. It won't be like, okay, this is what we're going to do or anything like that. So, if you are a subscriber and there's an issue with that for you, and if you want to unsubscribe for December because I'm not going to do the lives, the tutorial lives, that's totally fine. I will not be upset at you if you unsubscribe, okay? And then if you want to pick back up again in January, that's totally fine. But if you unsubscribe, you're not going to get the Happy Mail, you're not going to get the access and all of that stuff. So, just keep that in mind. So, yeah. All right. With that being said, I am going to get going. Thank you all for being here. If you have any... Thank you, Sarah. I try to be fair. The thing is, too, right, with December, it's the holiday season now, right? So there's going to be a lot of people doing a lot of different things. People who celebrate with 2 different families. They may be doing Christmas twice, and that's going to take their weekends away. And so it seems like it's, it's a holiday month. It's a heavy holiday month. So why add extra stuff to someone's plate? You're very welcome, Monica. All right. Finger hearts. Thank you all. I would love to see what you created. So share, please. Tag me, please. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.